Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin has decided to turn down. We had this ascending wedge on the chart that you can see here. An ascending wedge is normally considered a bearish pattern. Of course, you never know when it is coming or when it is dropping out to the downside. In this case, it happened overnight here in the UK. And as you know, I warned in the last few days about the situation that a top could have been made here already. And in the end, we have been coming down. We now lost even this support at around 20.5k here around the ascending trend line. But in my last video yesterday, I already mentioned to you that this move down makes quite an impulsive impression. We were here, and that it's not unlikely that we drop further, which we then also did. I mentioned to you two key support level, right? So to maintain the possibility really that we push higher in a fifth wave, it was necessary for the price to stay above the 50% Fibonacci retracement. So let me just see where we were. That was at 19,890. Now we've lost that. This is done, over. So this is not going to happen anymore. So I have to assume that wave 4 was in down here at around 20k. And that the wave 5 was in already. Yeah, so a bit like Ethereum, but the problem is that the overall Bitcoin chart is rather bearish, whereas the overall context on the Ethereum chart is rather bullish, and that just makes it more likely that Bitcoin is going to make new lows, while Ethereum is going to hold critical support areas. But there's still a long way to go, so it's not entirely clear, but there are key levels that I will tell you that you need to watch out for. So on the way down now, the next major support level from which Bitcoin can recover based on the latest drop, yeah. Because in the end, you know, I can't rule out that this all has been some kind of a bullish pattern. This cannot be ruled out because it's 5 waves up. So there is still a chance, even if it's in a different scenario. It's in the white wave count. Let me go to the 4-hour chart. This is not my primary expectation, but of course we can't rule it out. So the white wave count would suggest we moved up in a wave 1 here after June. We came down in a wave 2, and we're now moving up in a third wave. And in this third wave, a bit like Ethereum, we can then assume a wave 1 was done and we're now coming down in a wave 2. This is of course possible, and to make that likely, or actually to leave that possibility open, Bitcoin needs to hold the $18,890 level, the 78.6% Fib level. Going below that level will open the doors to completely new lows below June, okay? But as long as we're holding this level, it could still be that we're doing something like a 1-2 setup of the third wave. The third wave would take us to 30k. So as long as we're holding 18,900, yes, we have a deeper retracement, deeper pullback, but there is a chance to rally to 30k afterwards, okay? So this would actually be quite bullish if we now hold this support. The problem with that the overall chart context is still bearish. So we have a short-term possible bullish setup and an overall bearish chart context. If I have this with Bitcoin, and if I have a bullish chart setup or a bullish trade setup and a bullish chart context with Ethereum, personally, I would rather focus on Ethereum, right? But of course, this is a possibility for Bitcoin as well. So this is the possibility. And then in the very short term, yeah, it's currently looking like that we are coming down here in, in the wave 3 then would be the primary expectation, that we come down as per this chart, but it could obviously be an ABC. So it's all about, you know, which support levels do we hold now, because in this current move down, what I could put onto the chart here is just in case we are holding the 18,800 was or 18,900, this could just be an ABC, yeah. And in this ABC, in the C wave, we've done now 3 waves as it seems. So as long as we're holding that level, it's all good. But if we go below the $18,800 level, we're gonna have a proper impulse to the downside, and we'll probably see new lows. There is one more possibility on the Bitcoin chart that I mentioned a few times. I'm not focusing too much on this scenario, but it is a possibility as well that the entire boring movement since June has been or is a massive triangle. Yeah, we talked about that in previous videos. It's not a scenario I show in every video, but it's something to be aware of, that this move up could have been a wave A. We came down in a B wave due to the messiness of the chart here in September. We've now peaked in a C wave, and we would come down in D next. I can give you a target for D, that's fine. So just to get here, you know, just that you get an understanding of the possibilities. And the target here would be C, and that already, yeah, we get into trouble here with this scenario, because the ideal target would be around 17K due to the length of the B wave. That's not going to work out. So this is not a very likely pattern, because the wave D needs to stay above the B wave. So it needs to stay above the $18,200 level. If this level goes, then we have a breakout to the downside and the triangle would not be valid. Then it's rather this scenario, which is the primary anyway. Okay, that's my update about Bitcoin. So in summary, we still have short-term upside potential, even though it's much less likely than with Ethereum. We now have the situation that we could already be on the way down to new lows below the June low. There is one more key level that Bitcoin needs to hold to maintain the possibility of, well, this bullish scenario, to maintain that likelihood, yeah, and that would be if we hold the $18,800 level. I can just show that again. It would be the assumption that a wave 2 bottomed here in October at around, yeah, $18,000, and we count this as a 5-wave move up. So yeah, it's around the $18,800, $18,900 level that we need to hold to maintain that possibility, because below that level, and then we would count it as a 1-2, but below that level it's probably not going to be a wave 2 anymore, and we're going to come down impulsively in a wave 3. Okay, that's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.